Hi there. Thanks for joining me for the first collaboration that I'm hosting myself. Joining me are J-Dolls UK, Dolls Rescued, and Peacecraft Dolls with Tammy Powley. I've set them each a challenge to design and make a red carpet-worthy dress for one of their dolls. They can make it for any type of doll, but it must also include a handbag or clutch bag they've made. Also a pair of shoes, which they don't have to make but could paint or upcycle if needed. They can also include a hat or fascinator if they like. My idea is to host this competition, allowing you, the viewer, to vote for a winner. I will set up a poll in my community tab section here on YouTube. We will each include links in our video descriptions to the poll and to each other's videos. Once you've watched all our videos, I ask you to go there and select your winner. The voting will be open for 5 days, ending at noon on the 23rd of March. Watch out for our awards ceremony on the day of the Oscars, Sunday 27th of March, where we will announce the winner. I will be sending that winner an award in the post to display with pride. Though I'm acting as host only, I couldn't pass up the chance to design my own dress. I'm taking inspiration from Vivienne Westwood, particularly her long cocotte dress. I love the way she pleats and drapes her designs. I'll be starting with some shoes though, and as you can see, they're pretty big. I've chosen to use my smart doll Akiko as my model. I'm using Warbler thermoplastic cut to a template of my own design to make some heeled shoes. I can heat and shape the Warbler. It sticks to itself very easily, and once cooled, it's very strong and rigid. I made a pair already, but they didn't look quite right. The heels were too high, and since I don't have high-heeled feet for her, they need to work with her flat feet. You'll see me shape the heel using an open shape, but I did go back and add on smaller pieces to box in the heel. I think the fit is perfect, so I'll give both pairs a coat of acrylic paint. I think red and black suit the theme best. After a few coats, I finish off the upper areas with a top coat of clear UV varnish. I love how glossy and real they look now. Next, I'll move on to the dress and designing the pattern for it. I started by drafting basic top and skirt pieces, then cut the templates to spread them out. This creates space for extra fabric to tuck and drape to give me the look I want. Combined together like this, they make the front part of my dress. For the sleeves, again I started with a normal sleeve shape, then cut it open to spread out at the top. Once I redraw the top part, it'll give me a sleeve with enough fabric to gather and tuck. Here you can see how I redrew the pieces for the dress front. Also, the extra I added to the sleeve. This is my first draft of the back of the dress. I wanted to add a little shapeliness to the back, so I'm adding an insert to a single part back. Using some patterned jersey I had on hand, I made a mock-up of just the top part of the dress. I made a slight adjustment to the sleeves before my next test, but was happy with how it looked. Here you can see the sleeve structure better. I made a full dress mock-up in this medium weight jersey. Here's the neckline with its drapes and gathers. You can see the gathered section on the hip here. I love how it ends up looking. Here's Akiko trying on the first full mock-up. I actually love it as it is here, and I was tempted to call it done. I wasn't really satisfied with the back of the skirt though. It would have looked fine as a straight hem, but I really wanted a little more oomph. Here I drafted a template for a two-piece back with the extra flare at the back built in. This design allowed me to leave a space in the back for her stand. I also decided to add a partial lining for the skirt to neaten the hem. I still wasn't happy with the back though, so I made one more alteration before tackling it in my final fabric. I chose a red polyester mix. It will fray easily, but it has a lovely feel and it should hold those gathers nicely. I cut out my pieces, including lining for the skirt. I use my overlocker to cover all the edges I need to start. I've top stitched the neckline first and will now join the shoulders. Next, I hem, gather and fold the sleeves before sewing them into place. They look good so far, although it's hard to tell until they're on the doll. Now I'll sew up the sides, including the gathers on the hip. Here I've joined the centre back, overlocked the last seams and sewn in the skirt lining. I just need to top stitch the skirt hem and hand stitch the lining to the side seams on the inside, and it should be done. Before you see that though, let's make her a clutch handbag. I'm sewing a very simple lined rectangle shape using a scrap of quilted faux patent leather. I bought some tiny charms that look just like Vivienne Westwood's orb logo. I'll add one to the front of her bag. I turn it through. It's pretty tricky. I'll top stitch round the edges, then fold in one side to make an envelope. I've hand stitched the sides where they join, leaving a flap for the front. I'll put the charm here and sew in snaps to close it. There we go. I think it looks lovely, and she can fit the essentials in there, no problem. Alright, time to see the whole outfit together. Starting with the back, her space for the stand to attach, and the hem of her skirt, which I'm finally happy with. And here's the front. I absolutely love the sleeves, so dramatic, and her draped neckline. Oh, the shoes look perfect too. The glossy look matches her clutch and the colours too. I'm so happy with how it all came out. All we need now is an Oscar award to hand over to the winner on the big day. I hope you all enjoyed seeing this outfit come together. please go and watch J-Dolls UK, Dolls Rescued, and Peacecraft Dolls as they compete for the award for Best Dressed Doll. Follow the link below to the poll I have created for your votes. Only the votes recorded in the poll will count. You will be choosing one of the other 3 channels to win. Come back to each of our channels on Sunday the 27th, when we will each share the results and discover who will be receiving the award. I can't wait to see their dresses, and I hope you'll all vote. See you at the award ceremony. Bye!